We are here for week 5 Go Rodeo goodness. Thanks for joining the show, tuning in, tuning out, and let's get on with it. Let's talk week 4 reviews. See what happened in the league last week was the battle of the bedroom. Alan Weeks rises to 4-0, while Angela takes her first loss of the season and goes to 3-1. So going back to week 4 here, looking at the scoreboard. Here was the Battle of the Bedroom score. A really underperforming day for Matt Ryan. It was a total letdown for Angela. Just lost it by, you know, just a tiny bit of points there. It's just really unfortunate. You really could have. I mean, granted, Andy Dalton at Cleveland, not a horrible thing, but you would think Atlanta at home against Buffalo might be a more high-scoring game than 17-23. If we look at their defenses, though, Cleveland at 31 and Buffalo at second. Buffalo's defense impressive this season, kind of an aberration maybe. Allen lost Dalvin Cook, but not before he got 11.9 points or 11.9, yeah, 11.9 points, not yards. I don't know how many yards Dalvin had. I just know that touchdown really did the trick for him. So there's his TD at 66 yards for Dalvin last week. Injured reserve out for the season. So something to keep in mind for Allen, who's probably on the prowl for a running back. I mean, maybe plug in James White. Maybe he's doing that going forward. Allen, of course, left some points on the bench as well. So all in all, I would say that it's fair enough that he won last week, despite some issues. 150. So Chad, after last week pointing out that he had not set a high watermark this season, went ahead and did it against me. Won by 29.4 points there, and yeah, really kicked me in the teeth, man. I tell you, 120 was a damn good score. It was second highest in the league last week, and it was not good enough to beat Chad. So I am not. You know what I mean? If you're sitting in my seat here, I'm not really anxious at all, right? I mean, I'm not making huge moves or anything like that. That said, I do have some running backs that some people might like. Duke Johnson Jr. He has been putting it together. He had a good game against Cincinnati. They've been running him in the slot. So I've got this weird RB2, third wide receiver, fourth wide receiver thing kind of emulsifying in the pot. Add flour. So that was pretty much. I mean, there wasn't anything really other spectacular last week. I didn't think. I mean, this was kind of a close game. This Casey and Matt game. Casey breaks the schneid. He gets off the 0-3. He gets to 3-1-3, and then you know Jordan really got bollocks there by Wade. Oh, Wade had 124, so he had the second highest score, and I had the third highest score. Anyway, still point remains. Kent just beat Molly. Molly, good effort last week. Keep it up. Keep it up. Born with Trades falls to 1-3. Hunter Lynn rises to 2-2. Not a huge week from Hunter, but I guess you do what you have to do and you just kind of get out of it. Eric, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. Kelvin Benjamin, maybe you started him. Maybe LeGarrette Blount instead of Ty Montgomery. I don't know. Again, you see Ty Montgomery's got that thing too going where he's able to be a playmaker all across the backfield. Third wide receiver slot, running back, wing back, like all sorts of crazy shit they throw him into, right? But good news for Eric is that, I mean, this with this much talent on your bench, you shouldn't be 1-3 for much longer. You should be, and you're only in second place, so it's not horrible what's going on. Um, Hunter, let's look at the standings here real quick and recap the week 4 standings. Um, Hunter is in a division which also has Matt and Angela, and these three teams have got off to a really good start, really competitive start in their division. Um, Meanwhile, as some of these other leagues, like Allen's got gosh, he's up 3 games on his rivals right now. Everything else is pretty tight, so that's really the only one runaway story right now is just Allen with his 4-0 record going into week 5. So let's talk about week 5. Well, so far we got an interleague here game going here. Me and Molly against Battle of the Bedroom going on. And then you got Angela and Matt down here in a tightest line game. This is going to be our feature matchup. And then Alan and Chad, or Wade and Chad, sorry. Wade not off to a hot start here. Ducky's got a 7 point favorite. Jordan and Eric, you are locked up, and I would say Eric is probably going to win this one on Jordan. Unfortunately for Jordan, um, I just don't see a lot of magic. Don't see a lot of magic this week with bye weeks hitting, Jordan and some other things going on. Waiver wire wasn't real positive. So before we get on to that bit, let's talk about the waiver wire report that happened on Thursday. So the first move is Latavius Murray coming on to um, Born with Trade, so Eric's lineup. So that's right there. You're sniping out what Allen was going to do, and maybe what Kent was going to do too. Matt comes up with Aaron Jones for Giovanni Bernard. What did Aaron Jones do last week? 10.9 points. And then Kent with the snipe with Deshaun Watson off his 41 point. He is looking so good right now. He just looks amazing for the Houston Texans. To see Osweiler pushed off to the side and shipped off somewhere for just basically like a bag of fucking nuts, and then you know this dude come in and just fucking light shit up, Deshaun Watson. That's great. So, anyways, so what happened next is I got Elijah McGuire then, who had a really favorable week for the Jets, and I think will continue to be a producer. CJ has say la vie. I don't need you on my team. Angela picked up Tyler Croft, so playing the waiver wire there, and Allen with Wendell Smallwood, who must have been his, I would say probably his third pick. I mean, I would think that you're thinking Latavius, then you were thinking Elijah, maybe, maybe not. Maybe you did get the guy you wanted from Philadelphia. Could be, could be, could be. I don't know. 15.3 last week wasn't bad. Wasn't a bad performance for him. Will Fuller, the fifth, comes on to Chad's lineup, which is it's a great pickup for Chad. 17.9 last week. He seems ready to go. The dude's gonna light it up. Moncrief goes to Kent. Kent's reaching with that one, I think. I pick up Kendall Wright off the news that he's got this new quarterback coming in. So that's the storyline with the Bears game, which is on apparently Monday night. Marvin Jones Jr. goes to Kent. Kent doing a full-on swap of his wide receivers. Dropping J.J. Nelson of the Cardinals. J.J. will be fired back up when Larry Fitzgerald gets hurt at some point this season. The Goat Ropers then picked up the Bills D, which is second in the league, and I also snagged Red Ellison because why not? Fuck Virgil Green. Um, there you go. There's your waiver wire last Thursday. Let's see what happened on October 7th, because Kent had to let a quarterback go, and Jordan was there to pick up the crumbs. Ben Roethlisberger goes over to Jordan's team. I am left holding the fucking bag right now. The bag of Blake Bortles. It's my fault. It's my fault. Why do I pick up Blake Bortles? Why don't I pick up Deshaun Watson? I don't know. I don't know. It's a go rodeo, man. It's fucking it's fucked. That's really what it's about. All right, let me put my drink down. I've been waving it around the room. So let's talk about the two tightest line games. We've got Allen Weeks 4-0 against Casey Robinson 1-3. We've got a lot of pride, a lot of dignity on the line. I would call this fuck this thing in particular, fuck this, fuck that, fuck those two, fuck all this shit. Yeah, that's a pretty good gift from Casey. Allen going with the very stoic. Um, I spent time in a logo creation over here. It's classy, classing up the joint here, Alan. What do you got here? You got Tom Brady with 14. Yikes. James White put up 9.5 for you, and then you struck out with again your little strategy here of running two tight ends because you love Kyle Rudolph so much. Um, I don't know, man. Dwayne Allen. Oof. I dropped him. I drafted him, and I think I dropped him. Anyways, probably wasn't a great start there, Allen. Maybe he just got stuck in that slot. Maybe you don't really have another wide receiver to play. No, maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know. Could always play a Jacksonville player. Um, so I'd say that kind of gives Casey the advantage here because you've got 540 minutes remaining and you got to do better than a 0 and a 24 points. So Andy Dalton starting against Buffalo. I don't like that start at all. I like an injured Marcus Mariota Mariota against the Miami D more than I like Andy Dalton against Buffalo right now. Yeah, it's at home, but come on, that's not gonna that's not gonna go well. Yeah, maybe Andy Dalton throws up a 0 for you there, Alan. Maybe you stay 5-0 and you go on. I don't know. I don't see it happen. 2-3 is Casey will come up this week and beat Allen. I'm calling it now. Just because I mean Allen's got 3 players that already played and they basically did jack shit. So here we go now. The 3-point game, the tightest line game of the week. Angela Weeks on the road against Matthew Balcom, who's got the home field advantage, the extra point. Matt is got Cam Newton at Detroit. That looks favorable. Detroit's defense is stingy. Still don't know who their quarterback. We played him last week. I watched the entire game. I remember they said his name at least 3 times, and I still don't know it. Still forgot it. Antonio Brown going against Jacksonville, who's got the best defense. Oh, best against wide receivers. Okay. Yeah, Golden Tate, Sterling Shepard. Oh, that's a nice matchup right there. We could see Eli going for another 300 this week, right? Angela making Carson Palmer the starter this week. Got Matt Ryan on a bye, so no worries there. Philadelphia's defense is horrible against the pass, apparently 24th. Carlos Hyde. Yeah, he could have a big game. Carlos Hyde could have a big game. But you got Frank Gore going in this game too. Matt Forte, he's out. You gotta manage this roster a little better, Angela. Come on. Get your IR straightened out here. No, I imagine it doesn't fucking matter. So yeah, so here's the matchup. Matt's got Frank Gore. San Francisco equally as bad against the run. I think this Indiana San Francisco game, probably a pivot game for you guys. Although I don't think Matt's going to change his lineup. I think he's pretty set on his lineup. We'll see if he tinkers Sunday morning or not. I mean, you got Jonathan Stewart at Detroit. I don't like that. I think Jonathan Stewart's a good outdoor natural grass runner. I don't even think I can stay out with a straight face. Um, Bears D against Minnesota. Yeah, you should start that. You should start that right now. Get that Bears D out there. You don't want this Chiefs D against Houston because Deshaun Watson is going to be on fire. They're going to blow up the Chiefs at Houston. Oh man, that's going to be a good game. I like that Houston Chiefs game too. You got the Texans D over here, so this is an interesting pivot point too. These 2 games, this KC Houston game and this Detroit and Indy game, or wait, Detroit, no, San Francisco and Indy game. If he starts Frank Gore, who do I like in this game though? Let's enough pontificating on who should start what and who's gonna do what. Chris Hogan already had a big game, and Angela missed it. Missed it because you wanted to start Stephon Diggs at Chicago. Okay, that might actually work out. For the Vikings to win at Chicago, they need explosiveness. So they will need something out of the slot. They will need something down the field. Stephon Diggs gives them that. This is a toss-up game to me. This is kind of I hate to say it, kind of garbagey. I don't know. I don't know. I don't see. I don't. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm looking through these rosters. And I'm like, I don't see like any number 1 players. If I were to put these guys on a I can't believe I say this, but if I were to put these guys on a chart, I think these would be like somewhere in the mid range, like kind of, you know what I mean? There's not like any top 20s in here, maybe. Let's just take Let's take a closer look. Melvin, oh, been pretty average. Carlos been carrying your fucking team. Dougie had one good week. Otherwise, he's garbage. Stefan, fairly consistently good. 3 out of 4 weeks. He had one good week with Richard. Don't bank on anything with Mariota being hurt. And Jared Cook, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen here. Baltimore, pretty horrible against tight end. So yeah. So like I said, not you. Cam Newton, really average. Fournette is fantastic, right? Jonathan Stewart, fucking blows. 1 out of 4 weeks, he's good. Antonio, 2 out of 4 weeks, he's good. So, you could just go through any roster and just tear it apart like this, but when you just look at these two rosters, 1 out of 4 weeks, you're good. I'm seeing yellow, right? I'm seeing like a warning, like a fringe kind of thing going on. What is this exactly? What am I doing? Am I tuning in a radio? Anyways, I probably should just end it here. Um, I don't know who to pick in this matchup. I'm gonna pick Matt because Matt's had horrible luck over the years and he's due. Angela, your luck has run out this season. Your 3-1 start is going to be a 3-2 after this week. Um, Hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the show. Thanks for spending some time and taking a peek at the Goat Rodeo Week 4 review, Week 5 preview.